Hello, everyone. I am back on this 45th day. Okay. Have you ever had to push through anything to get stuff done? Secondly, how do you feel when you push forward? And then the last question is, when should you push through or back off? My name is Fonte, and it's Tay's World. Today is a 45th day of a 100-day weight loss transformation journey. And as you can see, I'm not opening my eyes a lot. I have a sinus, face, headache situation. I hope it does not turn into anything else. I've had this in the past and it just does not feel the best. I have taken medicine, so I'm going to push through. This is one of those times when I have to push through. I'm determined to do this every day for 100 days, and I must do so. Today was an example of pushing through. I've had this face like headache since this morning, and I don't do well with taking medication, whether it's over the counter. It makes me very drowsy and very sleepy. So I opt out to take anything because I had doctor's appointments back to back today, and still had to keep moving and working, and so it just didn't stop because this is ailing me at this point in time. So you have a choice. I had a choice on whether I was just going to lay in bed or just kind of let this go through, or whether I was going to push through it. And I've just had to push through it from this morning. And so you have to make the determining factor. Are you going to push through, or am I going to allow this to kind of make my day? Okay. So pushed through that, did my physical therapy for a whole hour. And when I say this lady, she was good. She was real good. She was teaching me different techniques on how to work my quads instead of using my knees or hips to do things. And so she was making me instead of being quick with my motions in my legs, and the exercises, she made me go really slow and really measured, and not even like I had to do bilateral raises, and she didn't want me to take them out, and I had a band around my feet and ankles, and I mean, when I say they really be weird, when I say sweating, I literally sweat. I was sweating profusely today because the smaller the motions, it seemed like the more targeted it was. And so she worked me out good. And mind you, my face and my head was hurting during that time, but you still have to push through it. Still, well, for some people, the pain might be like, well, I'm not pushing through that. But you have to make that determining factor what you're going to push through and how you're going to push through it. Then after that, I had to go right next door to a whole doctor's appointment. Wait for them to examine my knee and see how it's doing. And is it making any progress? All that stuff. So, and that lasted far longer than it should have, but it did. So, and then after that, I couldn't go straight home. Had to go and run around. It's just been a very busy day, which I had already stated it was going to be a busy day, and I knew that. So I had to make a determining factor to push through it. And sometimes you have to do that. Now, there are some days when I can't. Like, I've tried, and and I go lay down. I rest my mind. I rest my body. I hope tomorrow I'm better because I don't want to. It's a lot of stuff that I need to get done this week. So I don't want to really have to be laid down and dealing with this. So I'm hoping I took some medicine when I got home. So I'm hoping to go ahead and alleviate this head situation or face sinus thing that I'm going through so that I can be better tomorrow. Now, when I do push forward, I'm proud. I can say I'm proud of myself for pushing forward. But there are times that I push myself too much and too far, and I didn't feel so good. I felt drained. I felt like I just didn't have anything else in me to give. And I would say in those moments, you know when you're pushing yourself too much, because you will feel you're just listless. You have nothing else to give. In those moments, I would say, please, if you have it, if you have the option not to push yourself, please take a step back, rest, take a day of rest. And I promise you, taking that day of rest will then help you to do better and progress for the next day. And there's been times when I couldn't. I didn't have the choice. So I had to push, and I was bone tired and couldn't do anymore, but still pushed through it. So you have to make the determining factor when you're going to push, how you're going to push, and but always be proud of yourself for doing what you can do. You do your best, and this is with anything. This is with the weight loss situation. This is with starting a new business. This is with beginning your entrepreneurship. This is if you're starting a podcast, if you're starting a meetup group, or you're starting, a community, anything in your community. Sometimes there's going to be times when you don't feel your body, your mind, just something may be going on and you don't feel like it, or you just don't feel up to it, and you just have to push through it to get the results that you want. So today, it didn't make no excuse that I wasn't feeling the best. I still made sure I drank my water, because honestly, I thought I was feeling this way because I didn't drink. I drank most of my water yesterday. I made up for it. I guzzled at night, but I made up for my water. So I thought, well, maybe that was why I had this whole issue with the face, because I didn't have my water planned out. So I made sure today I was drinking water throughout the day to make sure I got my water. So I did do that. I got my exercise in. I ate me a nice breakfast bowl with some good eggs and a little bit of cheese on there. I had a good breakfast. I had a good lunch. Like I said, I drank my water. I had some good old popcorn today. I didn't get a chance to eat my apple. That's the one thing. I may eat my apple tonight, actually, for like as a dessert. I may eat my apple then. So I didn't allow this situation, and not feeling my best, to interfere with my eating or my exercise. So as far as that, I did good with. It's just, I really was just like, I'm just going to go in there and tell these people I can't do it today. And I still am going to cut it short because I am not feeling my best. But I just wanted to come on. And it was a good topic that my mom helped me to come up with. And sometimes you just got to push through. You got to go for it. It ain't going to be always, it's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be comfortable. It's not always going to feel good. But you push through it and you make the best out of the situation. So and I'm here on this 45th day of this 100-day weight loss transformation. And I'm here to say to be consistent, to be courageous, and make sure you are being disciplined. And this is one of them days where discipline had to win out over comfortability. All right. You guys have a great evening. What is the evening? You have got a great Monday evening, and I will see you back on Tuesday. Bye-bye.